Hello everybody and welcome back here to the CyberGamer TV. Myself, Tobi Kenobi here, shoutcasting for the Intel Supreme Cup. It is my privilege to actually be here by myself, actually. Unfortunately, Slesh's internet has actually died on us, so we are here for our second game of MYM versus Na'Vi, so hopefully myself is enough company for you to actually have throughout this entire competition. It'll be great. We do see a switch around now, so Malk goes to the Sentinel side and we see Na'Vi go towards the Scourge side. And for everyone out there who's like at home going, oh, but I want to see. That's fair enough. Here you go. And we'll bring it up on the screen for everybody out there. And of course, a massive shout out to all those Russians who are Dota hardcore frenzy fandy. They will be there listening on the last HT stream as well. If you do prefer English though, it's great to have you here because I'm your English commentator for this one. And it should be absolutely fantastic. Semi-final MYM. Melk, what's he going to come up with around this time? Na'Vi obviously went for a big push strat last time. They even picked up two of the heroes they had in that last time around. They don't, however, have the first pick. The way it actually went is we've seen our bands come out, Windrunner, Batrider, as well as Invoker coming out from Melk. Artstyle removes out Weaver, Ancient Apparition, as well as a Visage. Pretty sure that's exactly the same bands that we had in our first game. Melk did come off with his first pick. Went for Pugner, which we did see Dendai play under the name of 666, I think it was last time. They did actually have him playing as Pugner, so it was a massive, massive push strat. Artstyle still deciding to go, you know what, we still want Clockwork Goblin, we still want VS, we want that gank ability, we want that stun ability. We want to have that hero, which if we need him to, he can go into the tri-lane. And just solo that one up if he needs to. But even then, a lot of hero combinations these days we've actually seen haven't really pushed that tri-lane massively against a single lane. Most tri-lanes actually come head-to-head with another tri-lane of the later games. But we'll see what's actually going to come out for this match. Earthshaker coming out from Melk. So taking the hero they had last time, Earthshaker. It was played by... Ooh, there's a Pusher. Pusher? Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't think it was, actually. But yes, me remembering names of players, that's not a hard thing to do. See, this is what happens when you take Slesh away from me. I'm not quite sure, and it is actually Pusher, I was right. See, I second-guess myself. That's why I always like Slesh here. He's like that comforting blanket that you suck on. But not in a sexual gay way. In the meantime, we'll see Melk come up with Razor hero, which has been appearing a little bit of late. Was remembered a couple of months ago, probably 6 or more now, for his tank ability. Just to actually throw him onto the front lines, and he can still do that damage. If you come in nice and close as well, he can burst damage you early on in the piece, which is not something you actually really want to take on. But he does get to that point where he is almost impossible to kill later on in that game. And he'll hunt you down too, especially with his aura, which gives him an extra bit of movement speed. It is very, very hard to actually slow him down. Even sometimes I've seen Razors coming out with a BTs just to give him that little bit of extra space. It's really, really hard to actually track him down. As looks like we see an Enigma pick coming out here from Na'Vi now. Last round they actually banned out Enigma. It was their 4th ban that came out, with MYM coming up for their picks as the first ones. But this time around, decided to pick him up. So they've still got that gank ability, they've still got that push ability. This is something which they did with their last picks as well. And I'm wondering if it's something which is... which Artstyles has gone, oh, hang on, what the hell's going on here? I want to start off with my starting royal, 2 gankers, 1 great support hero, VS, awesome, and let's throw an Enigma as well. So if we do need to actually push, then we can actually push. That's not going to be a problem at all. And I love it how Slesh is going. The Pugner is Ember. That's right. I'm not actually showing up in the chat right now, but it is actually on my 3rd computer, so I can actually see you guys talking when I look at you. So a big shout out there to Slesh, Croc, Melodies, as well as Hugs, as well as Mookie and Lexi. They're there in the IRC chat. So those guys are the smart guys. They made their way to cybergamertv.com/TV for the live stream page, of course, to see where all the chat is going, to see what the shout is going on. And of course, he would have actually registered to actually talk on there too, which does make it a very enjoyable place to actually have a conversation. Like seriously, like it's really great, there's no spammers, and if you do spam, you get banned. So it really kicks you in the teeth 2 ways. But let's have a look back towards the game. Melk banning out Enchantress right now. So Enchantress, interesting ban to actually take out. We actually had a bit of a half chat about this with Slesh before we actually started, about how Enchantress and Necrolite were like awesome as sauce. get it picked for this time around. But as far as the strat goes for Na'Vi, would you actually go 2 neutrals? Would you go, Enigma down the bottom, he's just going to push, Enchantress can then neutral up the Scourge and also attack on that top lane when they actually need to give a little bit of support to whoever they want to up there on the top. Many things are possible, but Malk obviously just going, you know what, I'm kind of predicting that's going to happen, so you're out, son. You're out. Na'Vi, they got one more ban. What do we actually have? We had Lich come out from them. Malk still going through, and I'd really like to put out a big hello to Ice Frog out there. If he is currently listening in, it'll be absolutely fantastic if you made this strat time shorter. Be much appreciated by everybody. It'll be great. Couple of the guys, I'm seeing Morph pop up on my side. Obviously, Morph and Doombringer still coming out here, and there's Melk with the Styles is pissed. Balinar, the Night Stalker, getting banned out once again, and Demon just talking up as a respect ban. It's like, you know what? Nah, we ain't facing it. Not a chance. And and the call's coming out from Dendai saying how pissed he is on Vent right now that he can't play Night Stalker. Obviously, the Na'Vi guys are going, you know what? We're going to take this in 2 games. We don't have to worry too much. 2 games? Nah, piss easy. We don't have to play a 3rd one at all. But then Stars was there going, crap, we can't play a 3rd. I can't play my Night Stalker. And even if we actually got to that point, pretty sure Melk would just ban him again. So we'll still be pissed no matter what actually happens. All right, so we will go into our 4th pick here for MYM. At the moment, they do have that great burst damage push ability, lane control ability from ES. What are they going to come up with now? Got 2 to actually go with. Obviously, they won't want to show their hand on this one. We'll probably see a bit more of a support hero come out. Support to mid, or can multitask the both. I don't know. If it's a female hero, it'd be possible for the multitasking. Instead, it's actually not, and we see Shen come up. Oh, we're going to see a classic Melk Shen. Oh, I just splooshed. I seriously just splooshed. Instant pickup from Art Styles. They come up with Leshrac. So Leshrac, a very popular hero of late. Very popular, in fact. That's going to give him that push ability. We did see in the last game Dendai playing as Pugna like to just blast those towers down. If he plays this hero, if he plays Leshrac, which I'm going to have a guess he's going to. He's got that gank ability, he can move himself around very nicely, but the second he starts blasting himself around him with a Pulse Nova, that tower is going to get pretty well wasted. So, yeah, that's not going to be something for MYM to be happy about. But luckily they do have a lot of, basically anti-push. Shen commands a small army is the best way of describing it. He is never alone, he always has a friend. I'm not quite sure why his friend will be a centaur or a wolf or some sort of trolly gnomey thingamy-bob jig. But it would be a friend nonetheless. It doesn't matter if your friends are midgets, they're still friends. So now coming into our last pickup here for Melk. How's he going to cop this one off? More than likely we must see another carry, especially with the fact that Shen is there. So he is that early game control through his ability to actually have that army as well as that mid-game power. They still need some more late game though. Give me something big. What have we got? Melk, will he surprise us? He always likes to a little bit. Been pretty standard picks for him of late. And we'll actually see a Syllabear. Syllabear will actually be Melk's final pick. Now, Syllabear obviously hasn't been played since, I'd say December, which isn't that long ago. He started to just phase himself out of style. Everyone was like, oh, it's a Radiance Bear. Oh, it's a Radiance Bear. Oh, it's a bear with 2 gloves. Oh, it's a Radiance Bear. Kind of where we ended up sitting in the world of Dota. But we will actually see Syllabear coming up as their 5th and final. So maybe with Pugna and Syllabear, if this game goes a little bit too late, Na'Vi might find themselves being completely outpushed. As far as like ability to stay on top of this game as well, they will be putting a lot on the back of that initiation from from Enigma to get that blink as well as BKB up as fast as they possibly can. The bigger thing for them though is there's not a massive amount of AoE they're going to find apart from out of Leshrac as well as Enigma. They're going to team up together. They still have one more here to actually pick up. VS and Clockwork Goblin will obviously be there picking off the weak one, sitting at the back. It's like the lame sheep at the back. It's like an easy meal. As far as what Na'Vi actually want to munch on, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be sheep. That's the Kiwi way of doing things. The 5th, however, hero will be one of those ones where it's like, you know what? AoE, you're going to kick your ass. Kick your ass. Just throwing it out there. They like ass kicking. It's an easy thing to throw out. You can easily throw at your ass, or if you're older, it's actually your hip. Luckily, I'm not at that age just yet. I could be, however, with 50 seconds left to go for Art Styles to count through, and they will go SF. So there's that big AoE. to come off. If you can combine an Enigma ulti on top of a Shadow Fiend ulti, this is going to hurt. And they're already claiming it. Star's like, Shadow Fiends by Dendai, brace yourselves. 333 will actually be playing as Leshrac. Artstyles playing as our Enigma. We'll have 397 as Vengeful Spirit, and our last one, Clockwork Goblin 818, which is the same hero we played last time around. Demon will be playing as Syllabear, moving in towards that in the middle lane. Up towards the top, we'll have Pusher playing as Shen, so we don't get to see Malk playing as that. ES, King A will be actually dropping the bottom and picking up our ES. Misery playing as a Lightning Revan, our Razor, which is actually a little bit confusing if I say, oh, Razor's popping off the middle of the field. I'm not referring to the hero, I'll be referring to Shadow Fiend actually popping off his Razor. And Malk actually wants to play as Pugna. Heading down towards the bottom lane already. There goes that scouting rocket coming out there. Manages to spot Demon's Bear just sitting up there on the high river, right on top of where the top room will spawn. We've seen MYM literally steal that room multiple times, and once again we're going to see it again. So Pusher with the crow there. A pause game actually coming out from Na'Vi this time, not from MYM. The sec please was asked by 818, so he's like, my Clockwork Goblin cogs are not quite tuned to the right time yet, so it's going to tweak him around a little bit and we'll be fine. He's all about timekeeping. He's not Swiss. I don't think he's Swiss. He's Danish, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's Danish. No, he's not. What am I talking about? No, that's the MYM side. He's Ukrainian. Sure. Oh, Slesh, I blame you. I'm looking at your name in chat right now. He's just like, what's that? It's a common pick in China right now because I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I'm a legendary boss. They can't get decent internet when he's at his parents' place. So that is why he is failing in his own little corner right now. But Paul's still coming up. We'll see if we can actually, because likely we don't have to keep in time with anyone. So speed 4, Demon saying he's back. So we do actually catch up to our normal time. Demon is actually saying he's back, but he actually wasn't the one to actually go to start with. Clockwork Goblin was the one to actually do it in the first place. But we do actually see the unpause come. So ready to roll ourselves out. By the way, boys, everyone in IRC chat, please flame Slesh right now. Thank you. That is all. That's your announcement for you from your friendly neighborhood shoutcaster of Dota. So it's like Syllabear going to head himself, or at least his bear is heading down south. Finding out where he's actually going, that's another story. In Vizrune, we do see VS come up and pick it up. Probably wasn't exactly. In fact, pretty sure it's not exactly. Look, even like King A's got Denmark in his name. It's like, yeah, I'm MYM, I'm from Denmark, yeah. Wow. Pugna actually in towards the middle lane now, so we will see Pugna, which is where I actually expected him to go. Seeing him on bottom lane was a little bit weird. Demon was definitely the better pick for that one. And he has gone down towards that bottom lane and be going up against Clockwork Goblin, who is not going to have a fun time with the bear. Bears are not Clockwork Goblin's friends. So this actually feels like a change around. The fact that we're seeing Pugna going up against SF in the middle lane, it's... Well, if you were here for the first game, you're seeing a copy, except the teams have changed. And Malk playing as Pugna and Dendai playing as Shadow Fiend, which is literally the opposite of where he was sitting before. He was actually playing as Pugna before. But we will see where we will go from here. Top lane, we've got one ward up here already from King A. Wants to make sure he's not going to get ganked from the side, while 333 is just free farming up that top lane. ES not wanting to get close until Razor's there, but Misery doing a nice little job of putting his fat ass in front of the Trenants. Obviously, the Trenants don't fancy the R. Shen coming down towards the bottom lane. They're going to try and cut down the Clockwork Goblin. Will there be a stop? No, but Pusher will definitely chase him out of the lane, which will allow Demon to farm up a little bit more. And this is going to be an interesting way to see how Demon actually goes. If he stacks everything onto his bear, uses him as a very, very high aggressive hero early on in the piece, or if he actually uses him to basically live on the front lines and throw Radiance on top of him. It'll all depend on the rate of farm he actually gets early off in the piece. Even though Clockwork Goblins had to go the very, very long way around, even this Centaur will not give up the chase. Pusher, I think his main job is to make sure 818 does not even get close enough to get XP. That's his job. ES Fissure, nice little placement there, so they're going to know that water's sitting there from King A. And it's VS just like, oh, come on, dude, come on. And so had that. Enigma also comes up towards that top lane too, so instant fallback here from MYM. Not wanting to get too close. Just that pressure on the top lane. It's more than enough to worry about. What I'm actually worried about the fact is that Shen is actually falling behind right now in his own farm. You got Enigma, who's up to level 3 up there on the top lane. He's been making the most of those Skirmish neutrals. And then you got a Shen who is currently sitting at level 1. Hasn't even popped up to level 2 just yet. And he needs to pop up in those levels as fast as he possibly can. Just to make sure that his team doesn't lose this balance control. There's Celebear really harassing Clockwork Goblin back towards that tower. Happy to put his bear on the front lines. It's literally not a fuss if he gets low on HP. If he dies, a little bit more of a fuss, as it will actually give out a little bit more gold to the opposition. A18 still on the front lines. Bear harassing as well as Silverbear, trying to keep Clockwork Goblin off the front lines. That ward is really going to stop any sort of gank happening up there on the top lane. Of course, knowing that Enigma as well as VS are just there is not going to help their cause as well. Wouldn't be surprised if Na'Vi try and push this top lane out very, very soon. In fact, it's almost exactly what we're seeing now, bar the conversions from Art Styles. There's enough mana for it just yet, but we'll probably wait for his own wave to actually come through before he does it. And then can push on the tower. He's not going to level up and get to level 2. Actually, we already have level 2 conversions. Fissure goes off and making sure that he tries to demolish that creep wave off. Leshrac and VS actually caught. Great Fissure that has actually come out here from King A. Has locked Leshrac and VS in place. Unfortunately for your MYM fans out there, Na'Vi had enough of a creep wave up there on the top lane to make sure that the heroes weren't the ones actually getting harassed by the tower. Back down towards that bottom lane, Silverbear still having a go at Clockwork Goblin. Not much is going to happen there until they get higher up in levels. SF, level 5. Pugnut, level 5. Looks like it's pretty even sticks up there as well. Top lane now being pushed out, and this is what I was talking to you about. It's not the Pulse Nova, it's the Demolic. It's taking down the tower. 333 claims the tower, keeping with his run of towers. I think it's like 7 towers to his name tonight. Something ridiculous like that. But that's the first tower down for Na'Vi, so they've taken that top lane. Pugnut still free farming up that mid. Where's our hero? There's SF. He's come back in with the regen rune. So he'll be very, very happy with that one. Silverbear on the bottom lane. Most farmed hero on the map at the moment. 23 for 8. As I just see Clockwork Goblin being pushed back a little bit more. Just checking out the lanes just in case. 24 for 8 for Silverbear. As far as farm gets the rest of his team, the only other person is Malk in the top, on the middle lane, who is currently sitting at 18 for 6. As far as top lane goes, they've got 8 creep kills amongst them. That is jack all. And in that lane is Leshrac at 21 for 4. He is almost keeping up. In fact, he's exactly on par with Melk at the moment. As I do that, probably should have actually watched Demon killing someone on the bottom lane. So apologies, boys. Demon gets the first blood, diving down past that bottom tower and gets the kill. So my prediction of nothing much was going to happen until he got to level 6. He got level 6 and obviously something happened. So yeah. Snap. Thanks, dude. Thanks. First blood though on the bottom lane does make it 1-0. So that does make up for the loss of tower. Wants to get away from that creep wave so he can make the most of that healing salve. So top lane pushing itself down. Razor forced back this a little bit further. There's 333 just having to deactivate that one so he stops using up mana. For everyone out there who's actually currently listening in on the live stream as well as watching on the WAG TV, give it a bit of a sync. It's 5 minutes and 46, 47 and 48 seconds into the game. We'll give you another one just a moment too, so you guys don't have to go, oh, I don't know where I'm up to on the stream, just to make you feel better. Styles now coming out on the top lane, so our conversions are up. That's going to be level 3 conversions. They're going to do a hell of a lot more damage towards that tower. Not to mention diving and actually getting the kills on heroes. They actually are a real pain in the ass for that. And also 1,300, almost 1,400 gold. In fact, it is now exactly 1,400 gold on top of Art Style, so he's not far off that Blink Dagger. Will he go BKB or Blink Dagger first? That's going to be a question. Considering there's no boots on him, I'm going to go with Blink. Blink will be a good option. Silverbear still just having a bit more fun down there on that bottom lane. Top lane, pressure is still staying on. Courier flies in, just throwing down a salve. Or actually, Arcane Boots actually up on him now too, so throwing around the arms. There's that salve. I'm pretty sure I saw one. Yeah, so trying to keep that pressure on that top lane. So Courier bringing supplies to the troops on the front lines. House Demon going on that bottom lane at the moment. Boots on top of him. Phase on top of the Spirit Bear. So still wants that Spirit Bear to be aggressive early on in the piece. As far as the Radiance goes, he's still got a fair amount of time before he has to get to that one. And it's a Radiance item is one of those ones you want to have by 15 minutes on top of Silverbear. If you get to buy them, then the game looks a hell of a lot nicer for you. And that's probably the right time to actually get that too. You've got to make sure you actually can still stay in the piece right now, especially considering Clockwork Goblin. You want to keep him out of the mix on that bottom lane. The bear just basically just patrolled up there, wasn't able to get anything off. You see just pings coming out there from both MYM as well as Na'Vi. It's going, what the hell's going on? Art Styles in the back of the farm. Got the Wolves and the Ogres. Still no boots up for Razor right now. Unstable current order up to level 2. So it does have a little bit more faster movement speed. Not exactly where he wanted to be right now. Wants to actually have a couple of items fly up, or does he? In fact, yes, he does. And boots is definitely going to help him along his way. Now he can actually feel a little bit safer to move up in the lanes. Malk now going to have a bit of a go. ES Fidget goes off, blast on top of triple five, that is, not a double five. And Dendai trying to pull himself back up the hill. Malk is on pursuit. If he can get Decrepit Fire and blast off again, he has enough mana for just the blast, I think. And in the end, will fall back, knowing support is only going to be a B-stick away. And will fall himself back here. So it is a 1-0 on the counter. And that is, well, MYM would have loved to get that kill. Really, really loved it. Still going to make him think about going in towards that middle lane a little bit more. As I say that, Art Styles and VS have arrived in the middle lane too, so they do have the extra support. Clockwork Goblin heading down south. Syllabear farming up whatever he can. Mud Golems are going to be on his list of things right now. Up to 1,000 goals, needs that 3,800 for the Sacred Relic, and then that, I think it's 1,150 to actually get the recipe for it. So, for the Radiance, that is. Still 1-0, both teams being very, very defensive and just basically playing the CS battle right now. Especially after that first game by MYM. They know this early game importance time. They don't want to give anything off. They want that Radiance to be as effective as they possibly can on the back of Syllabear. They need a lot of farm on him. Then again, Clockwork Goblin is the same as well, but at the moment, he's basically about 2 levels behind Syllabear. As VS getting himself caught out, Shen might have a go. Furbolgs from Pusher on the front line, so still chasing him down. Blast wasn't enough. The divine light of Shen tried to pull it. Wasn't enough. Clockwork Goblin held in place. Not going to like the fact being rooted on the bottom lane. You can at least say he got some, but that's as far as it actually went. Bottle charges popping off, so Bear just turns around, keeps that harassment off. Demon knows he can pull that Bear back at any time. He's also gone into his Druid form as well, so the ulti has popped off here from Demon. As I say, that was like top lane. Ulti has gone off from Enigma. They've already claimed 1 life here. Triple Through is the first one to die. There was instant comeuppance there. Misery, the one who got the kill, instantly dying afterwards. King A will also take a fall with VS coming through with the Roar, but Art Styles was the one to get the double kill, and he didn't go for that Blink Dagger. In fact, he completely proved it wrong for BKB or Blink and decided to go Soul Ring instead. So that is a 2-2 on the board. Tier 1 tower almost down the bottom lane as well, but the Tier 2 tower is going to be the one that's under threat here by Art Styles and his conversions. Can even leave the conversions on the front line just to basically take out that wave. Will there be support coming in from MYM? I see a little yellow dot heading down towards the bottom lane, so Shen still farming up, but interesting to actually know if he's going to go for that bottom lane and try and bring down that Tier 1 tower and try and level things up. Tier 2 tower on the top lane, still holding for the moment. Razor's on his way back. Misery, the one who got the kill and then died instantly after. Luckily, the way the new money system actually works does mean don't actually lose it. Big surge coming over the top. Art Styles forced back on the top lane. So they'll hold on to the Tier 2 tower for the moment. Demon on very, very low HP at the moment. Doesn't look very, very low actually because he's got 350 HP, but the 1500 he normally has in that bear form normally has a lot more. Clockwork Goblin trying to make the most of his time, trying to come down and have a bit more fun in that place. That place being bottom lane. Also just saw the support coming through there from Shen, actually TPing Syllabear back towards the main base. So he can go back and buy up. So Syllabear has actually spent a little... Actually, no, we're looking at Shen's money right now. Not too cool when we see WAG TV popping up on the main screen as lagging. So this is not a good thing. So Na'Vi calling for the kick to actually come. Looks like it's actually one of the players lagging out right now. So this could be a little bit of a concern for everyone out here who is currently wanting to watch it. If one player does disconnect, we could actually see a remake coming up. Or what could actually be worse is, who do we actually lose? We actually lost Dendai. Dendai is lost from the game, so we will see a remake. There's no way they'll actually keep... We're 11 minutes into the game, 15 minutes hasn't passed. Yeah. I doubt they'll keep playing from here. It's possible. We'll see. 555 just giving a bit of a sad face. And they've lost Dendai. It's like, oh no, not again. So we will see where we end up from here. But at the moment, all teams are still playing on, so we'll keep with the action as long as the action's going. SF deciding to push out this middle lane right now. 555 must be in the front lines. Mid tower still not going down. Glib was enough to buy him time. They don't want to pop off any spells as well with another ward just there. And the tier 1 tower will be denied in the middle lane, which is not what the boys from Na'Vi actually wanted. Something they have to live with though. 2200 gold now on top of Syllabare. Actually only bought 1 consumable while he was back, as well as a TP scroll. So you can say 2 consumables. Mel compared to just died there in the middle lane, so after getting ganked, must have got that initial stun off from 333, playing as the Tormented Soul, the Shrek. Shen coming down for the regen room, manages to grab it, then wants to retrieve himself back out again. 555 coming down, it's like, oh, I'm pretty sure there's a regen room there, and no, there's not anymore. MYM took it. No wards as well from them. Na'Vi have got 1 watching that top lane, as well as the rotation up. They can just catch the edge of the room while it's actually there. The fog of war you're actually seeing on my screen is the vision of both teams. So they do actually have that vision up towards that point with that same ward, literally smack bang on top of each other. VS just falling back there a little bit. Syllabare just knowing someone was around. The power of the ward. Na'Vi, interesting to see how they actually go from here. Playing with only 4 players is not where they wanted to end up. Either that or we actually lost some other random person. But I did actually say he actually left the game, so... Actually, no, it was Casper that actually lost, so we actually still playing with 5 players. It was just our second person from the stream which actually lagged out, so Velat must be now solo as well. Yeah, so we do actually still have Dendai with us, so yeah, the call for a save game, interested to see who that actually comes out from. Yeah, Velat's just instantly like, you know what, I can't. Like TV, he can't, so he has actually lost his support. Bottom lane, don't save it right now, because the gank is on. They want to get 1 here. Shen not wanting to do it, though. The cogs just enough to keep him at bay for the moment. Pusher falling his army back as well. He wants them to live. He doesn't want them to die. They give gold, only if a hero actually gets the last hit, but yeah. Gank on bottom lane, managed to live off, and that rocket from Clockwork Goblin actually managed to claim the life of that Centaur, so easy money. Hopefully 818 stops with the frickin' map pings. Bastard. Turn that off for the next stream. But yeah, so Gank not actually coming out for them, but Na'Vi, they are up on the kill cam board, being 3-2 right now. 2600 gold is on the bank here for MYM Demon. He needs more. He's on his way to. Didn't get that 15-minute radiance like I thought he might have been, but should actually have it up by the 20-minute mark. I say that with all optimism. Blink for Enigma is up as well. So BKB will be in the works for him as his 3rd item. From there, you can literally do whatever you want to. With the BKB, Blink Dagger and Soul Ring, there's literally nothing Enigma essentially needs. Apart from being able to live. Or a stack if you've got the money. Let's get an Assault Cuirass. Yeah, sounds like a plan, man. Talk to your conversions. What's the conversion say? It's all about a conference. Conference call with the conversions. Assault Cuirass? Yeah, let's do it. Shiva's Guard? Yeah, even better. Razor, just trying to fall back right now. Overcharge, Overload goes off right now. VS swaps him up a little bit higher. And Tormented Soul, the Shrek, does manage to get close enough. The light of life coming in from Shen, who is on his way towards that top lane, was not fast enough. Razor did die out. So Misery dies for the first time, I think. No, second time. Second time. Yeah, second time. He got 1 kill. Earlier on the piece as well. That was when he traded his life for a kill. It was worth it. It was so worth it. 2-4. 2-4 is currently where we sit. Mid lane, tier 1 tower was already gone. Decrepify, not enough. There's the magic wand charges going off there. Just trying to keep our SF alive in the middle lane. I say our if you're a Na'Vi fan. If you're MYM, you'd be there going, come on, just die, SF, just die. Not going to come out this time around. ES, currently with a smoke in a seat, wanted to stay just on the edge of range, then thought about letting off the fissure. He's not close enough to Leshrac to actually lock him in place just yet. And now Pugner going to come in from the high ground, still pushing him back. Art Styles, there's that fissure. Where's the charge? No charge. Enigma Black Hole. Oh, he thought he could have pulled it off. But there was enough of a stun to come through to stop it instantly the second it was cast. Now Demon is lagging. This is more of a concern. There's actually one of the players that could actually drop, especially after that good gank up there on Enigma. But Enigma is definitely going to be pissed about that one. And what's even going to be better for MYM if they don't lose a player right now is the fact that... sorry, I have a point. We'll get to the point. Oh, yeah, we're still here. He didn't disconnect. He's still on vent, so we're all cool. But the fact that Enigma Black Hole is now on cooldown. I think it's a 90-second cooldown we actually have for that guy, so it's a fair decent time. In fact, even longer, 185 seconds on Artstyle's Black Hole. And he popped it for no reason whatsoever. Well, actually, he had a reason. He thought he could pull it off, but didn't get it. So that is 185 seconds worth of time for MYM to go, you know what? We don't have to face a black hole. We now be able to play on our terms. So exactly what they wanted. Now we'll push this top lane out. Blast, charge, overcharge, overload, whatever it's called. That little thing that comes out from Misery that looks like a big wave. Which is actually probably half in the name of it, isn't it? Oh, snap for me. TP coming towards the top lane. ES Fidget goes off, holding 555 back on the backside. ES is also, Shen's actually, sorry, in the lineup with his own little creeps, but Pusher is already down, so he's down to try and micro his own creeps. 555 managed to pop off his ulti just in time. Misery's in trouble. Enigma's there. Navi, they've claimed 3 and on the fallback at the moment. In fact, TP, he knows King A can not get himself back out there by normal walking, has decided to TP himself back out again. And now there's 3 very, very lethal casualties on that top lane. They didn't need that. They didn't need a push like that. They knew they had the opening, but they didn't need to actually all die. Because you never actually want to die, but that's not actually the point. The point is, Demon needed time. He's almost got 3,800 gold. He's now actually bought himself a TP scroll because he knows he's going to have to go back towards that top lane in case things get hairy. But he wants that relic. In fact, now the bear going off to the side to buy it while he's going to lose his tier 2 tower on the top lane, which they have done as well. Bear has pulled back. They have the relic is now on top, so 555 forced back here. Gonna need a little bit more farm here from Nevermore. Nevermore actually being held in place here. Demon's Bear getting very, very confused there for a second. Now getting called back in towards Demon himself, is now getting ganked and blasted to absolute oblivion from Tormented Soul. He still managed to live until he got to the other side of the ridge and then fell down on his knees and probably snapped his neck. Either that or we did see 333 just kill him. 333 killing him, possibly a better explanation. Artstyles now moves himself in towards that middle lane. Going to try and make the most of this one. The fact they did actually lose Silver Bear is not the greatest thing for them. Sending back about 200, 300 gold on his way to that Radiance. On the bright side, he did manage to buy that Sacred Relic, so he won't be complaining too much. So now falling back, Malk. He's there in that middle lane. The ward is down, so we know he's not going to be initiated on here for the moment. Now the ward about to die, though, so that's also not going to work to his favour. Already used the blast, so to fall himself back out. Shen's going to come up a little bit closer. The whirlwind, the tornado. Let's bring it right over the top of that tower if they can. Actually heading straight down towards the Clockwork Goblin, who's going to get slowed down by this one. Now the water's still there too, so they might try and blast him down to Crepify. Is the blast there? There's the blast. Doesn't drop him down a hell of a lot. The Vanguard has a pure health as well as regeneration, so he's going to be quite happy to stay alive during this one. The fact he's got Tormented Soul as well as Vengeful Spirit there in support is going to be pretty hard to actually kill him. Silverbear back towards his bottom lane. Just going to try and farm up a little bit more. And at this point, this is exactly what he needs to do as well. We'll actually check out the CS scores while there's a moment of silence. And Silverbear, what have we actually got for him? Not as high as you'd actually expect here for Demon. He's 84 for 13. Considering the amount of time he's had in that bottom lane. 1 kill, 1 death. We have seen 134 for 16 on the back of Dendai's SF. A Blink and BKB on top of him with 1 kill and 3 assists, so no deaths for him. He hasn't lost a single odour of money. Leshrac looking pretty good as well, 77 for 14. Django Arcanes, they're up as well. Getting blasted off here in the middle lane. Leshrac, as I say, is starting to speak high things about him. He gets blasted down to a low amount of health. TP support will come in. Malk, even if he's just moving up there, actually made Clockwork Goblin TP up. Can be happy with that. It's 135 gold he just took out from the Scourge's lineup, as well as the ability for Clockwork Goblin to move fast down towards that bottom lane if he needs to. Or towards any lane. Blink coming in from Enigma. Just try to get it a little bit closer. SF as well. Blinking right on top. Malk was caught on the wrong side of the river. The mini stuns coming out there from Clockwork Goblin were not what he wanted to face. And 555 was able to get the kill. And will now bottle up a haste drone too. Just as a reward. Silverbear. So close to that Radiance. And boy, do MYM need it right now. 3-9. Na'Vi are looking in a very, very good position to actually take this game out right now. And you know Na'Vi are going to be going, you know what? We need him. We need him dead. They need that kill. They need to shut down Silverbear as much as they can, delay it off a little bit more. And people wondering why I'm actually a little bit excited. It is because I drank apple juice, or what people call petrol on my stream. It's never good unless you have a sniff. Top lane now, raising a little bit of trouble. He's having one-on-one here with a Shrek, which is not something he wants. And does he have the charge? Does he have the charge? Oh, Misery got it! Oh, he actually managed to kill off 333. Not before 397 actually came in to claim his life. But once again, Misery trading his life, taking it for the team. Manages to get the kill. 35 gold. 35 gold is all Demon currently needs. If he dies right now, he's going to be pissed. Goes into his lone druid form as well, just to make sure he gets that last hit. There's that last hit. Tell me that courier is actually now, he's bought that range. It's flying out, and they will push. They will push for everything their life has at the moment. That courier is even bursted on the ways. Come on, dude. Come on, fly. Fly at the wind, bullseye. That's right, you saw Toy Story 2. Don't you deny it. Demon taking down that tower. A lot of damage coming off there with that roar on top. Glymph will slow them down. They're still doing damage towards that tower. Demon got the last hit there. And now SF forced back. Reigns is up. And they know it as well. And this will be the time for MYM to gain some form of control back of this game. Heartstyles, their window of opportunity. His window of opportunity to actually push this bottom lane, claim all these tier 2 towers down, is now gone. Demon on the front lanes. They've got Shen's army that is controlled by Pusher. Malk drops down the ward just in case someone wants to make the most of it. He's had a mech charge as well. So yeah, it is actually a full-on mech charge there in the tier 2 tower and tier 1 tower, claim that middle lane in the space of a couple of seconds. Spirit Bear even just sitting up a little bit further to do that radiance damage, even though it wasn't going to get a kill. It just kept that damage off, pull the bear back, be happy as Larry, and now the TP comes towards the bottom lane and brings his bear with him. Silver Bear will easily clean up this bottom lane. But 2 tier 1 and tier 2 towers, that's the pushing power you see. 22-minute radiance. It's exactly the time MYM wanted, and they still have the stability from that bear as well. And now Na'Vi know they need something up their sleeves. They need something a little bit more. Clockwork Goblin giving on the fact that actually gone for Roshan is not going to be what they want. And now the bear, he's on his way. He wants to grab him. In fact, he does actually grab the regen rune. No, he doesn't. Shadowfiend managed to bottle it just in time. No, that's an illusion rune. Didn't actually pick it up, and Roshan is now currently under siege. Will MYM be able to stop it? The bear is back up, is back at full HP. Roshan is almost dead, down to 2,000 HP points of his 9,500, and now Pusher sends up the whirlwind. They want to see it, they do see it. Will they engage? Pugner's coming down. They might make the most of this one. Roshan is still not dead yet, and Na'Vi are falling back. They've got everything up they possibly can right now to keep themselves alive. Na'Vi up on the high grounds near the ancient neutrals, and oh, MYM will come in and try and steal it, but no! Na'Vi have used a distraction! It's a black hole, it's the Enigma, it's the Blink, it's the BKB, it's the SF as well, it's absolutely everything Na'Vi have actually got. Will it be enough? What did Roshan get done by? It was done by the Scourge. Aegis Immortal was taken by the Lone Druid though, so it's a split 50-50, and now VS trying to fall back. He is burning, absolutely burning from that Radiance. He will die as well, and it'll be 3 down for the Scourge at the price of 1 for the Sentinel side. And there is a pause from Misery, and thank God for that. Whoa. Let's check it out. Aegis Immortal did actually pop off during that fight as well from Silver Bear. So he does actually have... No, he's still got the Aegis on top of him, so Aegis is actually still up. It is still up, but what a play from Na'Vi. That almost worked from him for Enigma to blink in and Black Hole. The SF, he did get his ulti off as well, I'm pretty sure, right in the middle of that fight. He did. There is a 60-second cooldown left on it for that SF ulti, but oh, that was one hell of a fight. With the amount of damage that was coming out, they managed to kill Roshan, so the 200 gold does get everybody on the Scourge side, as well as the last hit towards the players. But that is Clockwork Goblin. He's hunting. He's hunting for Shen. He's found Shen. He's chasing Shen. He ultis Shen. The cogs will be there too. And he might actually sacrifice his life to actually do this one too. He's got 1 kill on Pusher, so making things a little bit better for him. Now trying to fall back. Demon has roared up. Will he get that entanglement up? No, he won't. He'll pull his bear back. And Pusher is not going to be happy with that one. He would have been going, damn it, why didn't I just TP? Why didn't I just TP? In the end, doesn't matter. That's what's happened. It's where we sit. And MYM have a little bit more map control back. Not a massive amount, even then that battle around the Roche pit. If MYM actually took Roshan, as well as the Aegis, as well as those 3 kills, and didn't lose push from the bot, you say, oh, everything went their way. That way though, extra gold, split, Aegis, goes to Lone Druid. He still has it up his sleeve as well. So he can be very, very dangerous if he decides to really push. I mean, they will push that top or that bottom lane sometime soon. But what is more dangerous is the fact that Pusher just dying there at the end. Shen gets forced back once again. He's only level 8 at the moment, helping out his team. +5 movement speed aura. Come on, boys. Let's get those high heels on. Actually, take those high heels off because she ain't going to run very fast in high heels. Shadow Fiend blinking himself across. Just wanting to save time. Heading towards that bottom lane. Bit of farm for him down there as far as SF goes. Blink and BKB. He did lose that money after dying. Range is up in the middle. Illusions from Nevermore. They will die very, very fast. Spirit Bear heading up towards that top lane. They want to finish off that tier 2 tower, and as well as keeping that pressure on top of Clockwork Goblin. Clockwork Goblin, one of those guys that just needs to try and keep the odds in basically Na'Vi's favour. To actually ulti off and catch one hero out of position, bring him down, give him that 40 seconds when you know that MYM can't have a full-on team fight. Vlad's up now for the Lone Druid, Silver Bear. He's going to be happy right now too for the fact that he can literally just buy up like hoods, whatever he actually wants, to keep himself alive, as well as empower his bear as well. He's going to be very, very happy to actually pummel money into that too. And the amount of farm he'll actually get is from that bear with that Radiance, it's easy, easy damage. Even just last hitting a hero with that Radiance burn, it is so damn powerful. And we actually see right now as I think we're seeing a little bit of a mix-up. What have we actually got from our... I'm looking for a bear. I'm looking for a bear. Have you seen a bear? Be down here on the bottom lane in just a moment. Doesn't look like he's actually recalled it back out in again. As we will see a push now coming. We're wondering where it's going to be. It's going to be the bottom lane. TP has already come down from Enigma. He's got the blink as well as he's on his way to his BKB, but it's not completed just yet. Radiance Bear on the front lines. Shen's bringing up his army as well, so pushes already munching his way around that side. Earthshaker ready to actually blink in and ulti if he can do it. Now the entire side for here from Na'Vi have come in, and Clockwork Goblins get the first ones on the field. Tormented Soul as well coming on down. He's just doing whatever damage he can to the max team. Big ulti, big fissure. Will actually lock off 333. He's going to be the first one to go down. Now Arceus does pop off that ulti once that fissure goes down, so he has that time to actually channel that ulti out. Not before he dies though. So already MYM are 2 for nothing. They lose Lone Druid, but they will easily claim Clockwork Goblin. Lucky the Aegis Immortal. It is a second round. It's a second time of life, and VS swapping Shen out, but it's not where he wanted to go. It's the respawned Lone Druid, and Demon manages to get a kill off the back of that one too. So 4 down for the Scourge. MYM in a fantastic position, 11 to 12. They're still behind on the kill count board, but as far as map control goes, as far as pushing power goes, as far as their ability to claim this Rax, everything will now go their way. They're going to push on this tier 3 tower and easily bring it down. Glyph now pops off, and that will only just buy them a little bit of time. There's 20 seconds before they actually have their entire team back up again. All dying around the same time, so they'll all respawn about the same time as well. Na'Vi's levels are pretty damn even. What's not going to be even is going to be the creep wave on this bottom lane. Wave is gone. Melee Rax is gone. Range Rax is gone. And now they're rotating towards the middle. They want this tower. It won't go on regen because the creeps are actually inside the main base. And now is Shen's army also coming across. There's no creep wave that actually spawned. It's actually already left right now. And they take out that tier 3 tower. Going for that melee. Rax in the mid. Enigma's in. There goes the blink. He doesn't have that black hole this time though. The fissure goes off. Just pushing him back. He's already dead. And Leshrac doing every he can to try and bring down Silverberry, who's on the retreat back out now. But they're taking a lot of damage from Razor. SF pops off whatever he possibly can. Luckily his ulti was just in range of getting that kill. In fact, it was actually the Razor which actually got him. Razor kills, yeah. Snap. TP just in at the right time there with Dendai coming, oh, I got you. No, I don't. And wow. Managing to claim 3 of the Sentinel heroes, though. Will they manage to actually have themselves a bit of a counter-attack? VS is leading it down the middle. You go, VS. You go, you good thing. In case things go wrong, I've got my smoke in the seat, which will reveal me if a hero's nearby. Oh, crap. That's not going to work for me. Save game coming out. Villa asking for the save. He is currently streaming at the YTV. If he saves, our stream dies and we lose everything. We lose everything, I say. Which is not what we want to happen. 12 to 15, though, is currently where we're sitting. 15 still in favor of Na'Vi. It was leveled up just before that push came in. But the second they got those 3 kills, just push themselves a little bit further back in the lead of the kill count board. There's still map control. Everything is going towards MYM. That big burst of push. Both these games now, well, the first game was over just before the 30-minute mark. At this point, if MYM can put everything in the end of this back push, well, this top push, then things can work out for them. They can take out this third Rax and take this to a third and final decider and see if they get themselves in the grand final. This is what Clockwork Goblin needed. What an ultimate. The Force Staff actually pushes him back right now. Enigma blinks right on top. Really out of his ulti. ES blinks in. His ulti now. Arstars takes a full SF from the backside. ES goes down as well. King A is tit for tat, kill for kill. And there goes Milk as well. The Pugnet tried to run in towards the skirmish neutrals. And that is 46, 45 seconds of beautiful, beautiful time here for Na'Vi to gain control of this map, get those tier 2 tier 2 towers down, one the mid, one the bottom, bring them down, and get form of map control back. They've lost it at the moment. That bottom one is going to be even more crucial. Look at these super seismic creeps just pushing down through that bottom lane. This is why there is no Rax on the bottom. Even then, the melee Rax is gone from the mid, so you see the super seismic trends. Not the Druids, though. This one needs to go down before that will actually happen. But they will need to get some sort of balance back. Na'Vi, even at this point, Clockwork Goblin tried to ulti himself down towards Syllabear. If you called Syllabear off, it could have been a very, very different story. Hood is completed now on top of Syllabear as well. He did have that Vlad as well, so lifesteal, when he gets that big, big attack speed up, he's going to love it. His bear can also use that one as well. Vanguard and Aghanims on top of the Clockwork Goblin. Nothing like buffing that ulti. Both fans of MYM as well as Na'Vi will be at the moment just going right now, oh, MYM in a good position, but Na'Vi, they are awesome. They are just awesome. Where do we go when Na'Vi just awesome? Misery currently lagging, which is a small disturbing thing to actually see. Misery is, well, obviously anyone who actually drops from the game is just like, oh my god, no, do we just lose it? We play 4v5. Save game was actually only a short time ago as well, so it wouldn't be too bad to actually jump back into that one and have a remake. He is actually back now. Sync level goes to 400. I had to give him a bit of time, so Valat trying to keep over here. Want to point out the fact that actually laughing about DDoSing is actually not a very, very cool thing. You would have seen that in the chat log there. I can definitely say after CyberGamer TV got DDoSed, it was not a very, very smooth thing at all. It was actually a very, very disturbing thing. If you're a DDoSer out there, screw you. Only thing I'm going to say. I'll leave it at that. Pretty sure he's actually gone is the call coming out from Demon. No answer on Vent, so it does look like Misery's internet has actually dropped. Last save was actually only 2 minutes to go. It was just after that Raxing did come through. I'm not quite sure it was before that battle as well when they lost the 3 of that gank on top lane. That is not something that Na'Vi want to lose. And we do actually lose Misery. So the Force instantly coming out from Pusher. Before we lost a Spectator, this time it's actually a player. So there's going to be this moment where we go, okay, where do we go from here? What do we actually do? We need to know. We need to know. Okay, we reload on what host is the call. And the call from Valat. Valat is going to be the host. Yeah, he can't do that as well as actually be YTV stream, I don't think. So they will actually go for a new host spot. So for the moment, we'll actually chop off the live stream for here, and we'll wait to get them back into it. Obviously, they will need to try out new hosting. So stick around, guys. We'll be back in just a moment. The VODs on the YouTube channel will be split into 2 at this point. So check out from number 2 of the VOD here. It is MYM going up against Na'Vi here in the semi-final of the Intel Supreme Cup, Super Cup, something along those lines. It's the ICS. Yeah, so we'll be back in just a moment.